So there's this dilemma about, I see the world and I see it suffers and I see that people are unhappy and there's injustice, huge injustice. It's like how can we just bury our heads in the sand and enjoy it? Enjoy life. No, start again. I'll keep going. Don't stop it. I'll just keep going. I want to save the world. I want to do something about what I read and what I hear. There's so much happening that's so wrong, and that's what I want to do. And then I hear about why not just focus on what's positive, appreciate your life, and then appreciate the good things, and when you feel positive, you draw positive things to you, and they don't seem to marry up. And I watched this video with a man asking the same questions recently about, can we just bury our heads in the sand and be happy with our lives when we see how awful the world is and how much suffering there is and how unjust it is? And then it dawns on me, there's not two choices. There's a third choice. So, for example, let's take washing up. Let's talk about washing up before we talk about saving the world. With washing up, I could bury my head in the sand and say, I'm not going to wash up, I'm just going to focus on what I'm enjoying right now, which is sitting on this seat, it's lovely, and watching TV, it's lovely, and eating this food, and washing up, nope, never going to do it, just doesn't need to be done. And that's fine, but eventually they'll come to a point where the washing up, it all piles up and it starts to rot and it won't be very nice. So the intelligence that's there knows that you kind of have to do the washing up. Otherwise, at the end, it's going to be a mess. And it's the same with the world. We see the injustice, and intelligence knows that we can't just ignore it. We can't just bury our heads in the sand and focus on what we want. But it's about how we save the world and how we wash up. That's the choice we make. Because if I said, oh, I'm going to wash up, and started doing all the dishes in a really grumpy, negative way and getting angry about the fact I've got to bloody do the washing up, then it's very negative, and I'll probably break the dishes and create a lot of negative energy in the house. Won't do any good. But if I go, yeah, I'm going to do the washing up and put on some nice music and do it like that, or do it with some friends and laugh and joke as I do it, or play a little game with myself, see if I can get it all done within the next song that comes on, or just enjoy the feeling of the warm liquid in my hands as I do it and enjoy the fact that everything is nice and clean afterwards. Just find a very light and enjoyable way to do it. Then, I haven't created any negativity. The washing up is done, the job is done, and I feel good. And it's the same with saving the world. If we protest and think we've got to do something about it, and the world is so awful, I'm so angry, I hate it so much, the fact there's so much evil, why? Then we just create lots of negativity for ourselves and for the world. But if we think, I think this is a magical world, and yes, there are things that could be seen as wrong with it, but maybe that's just a process that we've had to go through, but now is the chance for that to change. And I'm going to be a superhero today. I'm going to walk out that door, and every single person I meet, I'm going to radiate love. Because when I do that, when I'm really loving being who I am and totally being myself and radiating love, then they will feel that. And they will take that on in some way, and that will awaken something in them, and then that will radiate on to the next people and onwards, and maybe it's not going to be so hard to change the world. Maybe all I have to do is wake up to myself, to my own joy, and in doing that, that will naturally spread. And the more and more people who are doing that, the more the world will naturally be helped without any stress or negativity. So that's the insight, that we can save the world, but we don't have to worry about it. It can be fun. It can be magic.